Hey guys, happy Sunday, and I'm Faith Hunter, and welcome to Sacred Sunday. Today's Sacred Sunday talk is called Trust, Believe, right? And Know. Trust, believe, and know. And then fearless, right? There are so many things in our crazy, chaotic world, especially in this day and age, that actually just automatically can easily put us in a state of fear, right? And then when we're in that place of fear, we end up reacting in a very negative way. We end up responding and also sometimes holding ourselves back from stepping into our power because we are filled with fear. We don't have trust in ourselves. We don't trust in divine power. We don't trust in the universe. And therefore, we clinch, we hold on, and we try to control. Trust me, I know from personal experience. I have definitely been in a place of living in fear and doubting myself and not trusting divine energy, not trusting God. And when I'm not trusting myself, when I'm not trusting God, nothing goes right, right? Because I'm living in this place of constant fear. I'm on this high level of anxiety, and I am not living in my true path, right? In my personal connection to self. Excuse me. The thing that I want to talk about, and I really want to make this particular Sacred Sunday really quick and simple because I actually want to do a meditation at the end. So hopefully you'll join me for the meditation as well. But when I think about living in this place of fear, right? Just think about what happens when we read something or we experience some level of trauma, right? I've experienced trauma. I've experienced negativity coming my way, and that sometimes puts me in a place of fear. And when that happens, right, we hold back. Our hearts simply collapse, and we go into protective mode. And once we're in that protective mode, we are not living from a place of power, right? We're living from a place of weakness. And that's really what fear causes. It causes us to be weak. It causes us to hold on. It causes us to try to control the situation instead of allowing ourselves to believe and trust in our own power, in our own divinity, and trust in the universe. When we are living from a place of trusting, believing, and knowing, then we're actually living instead from a place of divine love. Now, I know I talk about love all the time, and love comes in many, many forms. But when I say that we're living in a place, we're coming from a place of love, when we trust, we believe, and we know, it means that we're coming from our heart center, we're coming from our light. I taught class this morning at my yoga studio, Embrace Yoga DC, and that's exactly what our theme was for today. It was about really trusting and believing in a divine power, trusting and believing in yourself. Now, what if you throw this question out? What if you're having a hard time? Right? What if you're in that place where you don't have the tools to drop into a place of trust, right? Only thing you're doing is responding, reacting, and living in fear. Again, I said, I've lived in that place before, and trust me, every single day is a struggle, right? Because there are so many things that will cause us to be in a place of fear. So when you're in that place, what you have to do is to press a reset button. You have to do something that is going to change your state of mind, because we as human beings, we have the power, we have the strength, we have the capacity. This is, I think the capacity is the key word. We have the capacity to shift and change the way we feel, the way we're experiencing things, the way we react, like every single thing that we do, meaning our actions, are all by choice. We have the choice to respond to a negative situation either negatively, or we have the choice to respond in mindfulness. We have a choice to respond from kindness. We have a choice to respond from understanding. We have a choice to respond from love. That means that when something negative comes our way, right, when we see something that will take us off our center, right, keep us from being in our place of truth and power and strength, right, when we're thrown a challenge, you have to pause. Give yourself a moment. Think about what is happening on the inside and how you want to react so that you are not causing discomfort, pain, suffering, and later disease in your body as well as in your mind. So everything that we do is by choice, right? However, within us making those personal choices, we allow ourselves to step into our higher place of living, right? Not that we're putting ourselves on a pedestal or putting ourselves higher than someone else, but we're really just living up to our own full potential when we allow ourselves to make positive, mindful, loving choices. And when we make these positive, loving, and mindful choices, right, we, right, as human beings, are stepping into what I call the light, right? We're stepping into our own light. So that means that we have the ability to cultivate this sense of love and connection in our own hearts. And then when we step out into the world, when we make choices, when we make decisions, when we respond, right, we are living from our own personal place of light. Now, when you're having a hard time and you're like, I can't do this, right? I can't be in a place of light. My day is shitty. Like, a million and one things have happened, and I'm down and depressed. I know. I've been there. Sometimes I catch myself going there, even now, right, in my current existence. But I make a choice. I make a choice to go down the rabbit hole and be in that ugly and be in that muck and nastiness, right? Or I make a choice to rise. Now, I'm not saying that we have to completely ignore the feelings and the sensations of pain, suffering, and negativity, but we do have the choice if we are going to stay in that place, if we are going to react from that place. So that's really what I'm referring to. So when that happens, give yourself a moment. Once again, pause, feel what's coming up. Allow yourself to be in that darkness, or allow yourself to be in that place of discomfort. Feel it, acknowledge it, and then do something about it. Now, when I say do something about it, you have to move what I was telling my yoga students today in class, right? When you're in that place where you're like, I'm gonna actually make a choice to shift my energy. When I decide to make that choice, I plug into what I call like my happy tools, the things that are going to make me feel better. My happy tools, right? So my light bearing tools. Yeah. So I have a huge basket or huge toolkit of things, right? Of tools that are going to ensure that I stay on the path, that I stay in this place of light, and that I stay filled with my own personal sense of love, right? So I'm being kind and generous to myself. That can mean a variety of things, and that can look a variety of things to people. For me, it's about being with my breath. It's about my meditation practice. It's about my yoga practice. The other thing that makes my heart sing and really nourishes me and takes me like instantly and immediately to my happy place is like I turn on my music and I freaking dance my ass off for like 1 or 2 songs. And sometimes it ends up being 3 songs because I like really get into it. And I'm just like completely wiling out in my apartment, enjoying the music. And then I'm like, exhale. Now, that's what happens when I'm kind of like alone or I have like extended amount of time. But what if you're like right in the mix and in the muck of it, right? You're right in the anger situation. So when you are in that situation where the ugly is coming up, right? That fear starts to trigger you, right? Something triggers you and puts you in a place of fear. When that starts to bubble up, right? You're in it. That's when you take a quick step back. It may even require you to just take 5 seconds, right? When you see something, you hear something, you're reading something that you know for a fact will be a trigger and will agitate you, or even if you're in the grocery store or you're at work and something triggers that sense of anger, frustration, and puts you in that place of fear, pause, step back for 5 seconds, breathe, and then respond, and then react. Yeah? Does that make sense for you guys? Okay. So, if you guys have any questions, I'll take them right now. If not, we're going to jump into the meditation. Brenda is saying that her screen is frozen. I think my internet's working okay. But I'm recording this, so hopefully if it freezes, then I'll definitely upload it. Okay, my screen is working, so somebody just sent me a little heart. Okay, so let's do this. Let's jump right into a little meditation. So one of my tools, as I shared, is jumping into a meditation practice. And what I like to do for this meditation is that I like to feel the sense of love, understanding, compassion in my heart. And I imagine that feeling, right, that vibration that is in me, right, actually being my light. Right? And once I start to feel that light, then I imagine, right, on a mental level, I imagine that light starting to expand, right? And then the light starts to kind of surround me. So the light in my heart shines bright, right? And it surrounds and kind of coats me. And it's almost like I'm creating this beautiful shield of light to protect me, to comfort me, right? And to ensure, right, that my own vibration, my own energy, my surroundings, right, is infused with light. So before we jump into the meditation, I also had a quick thought, is that what happens is that when we start to live from a place of love, compassion, understanding, and we start to respond in that way, we have the ability, right, to shine bright from our center, our hearts. And when that happens, that energy is reflected, right? So that means other people will see that. They'll naturally gravitate to this beautiful light, right, that's shining around you. And I know this may be like a really esoteric kind of like concept for some people, but even if you're not thinking light, right, you're just thinking of feeling, right, this place of like, you know what, I'm shining bright, I'm living with love from my heart, and I'm going to react with love from my heart. I'm going to be kind to others. And then when that happens, other people see it. And you know what, it's amazing. They have no other choice than to start responding, living, and being in their light. And then they start trusting. They start believing. They start knowing that all is well. They stop living in a place of fear. Just like in that moment, when you project that, it comes back. So that was my final thought. Let's jump into a little meditation. So wherever you are, come into a seated position. I'm on my sofa right now, so if you want to just get comfortable on your sofa, do that. If you are sitting on a floor, come into a cross-leg position. I'm actually on my sofa with my legs crossed. Sit up nice and tall and relax your shoulders. Go in and close your eyes and start to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. And if you're finding it difficult and challenging to settle in at this moment, just breathe in through your nose And exhale out of your mouth. And this just kind of helps to ground and root you a little bit. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth. One more deep breath in and exhale. So if you were exhaling out of your mouth, seal your lips now and allow the breath to just naturally flow in and out through your nose. And I'd like for you to first bring all of your awareness to the base of your spine. Feel that connection, feel that rooting down. Breathe into that space. And feeling that natural connection to the earth, that natural connection of rooting and trapping, like really connecting to that sense of inner power and strength. Allow that energy now to move up right below your navel center. And this is our second chakra area, this place of fluidity. And this is definitely one of those places where we hold a significant amount of fear. Like it gets trapped in that place and we just like clench and hold. But allow the breath to create a sense of openness and freedom in that area. Just on a simple energetic level. Continue to breathe and now send your awareness, send your attention slightly above your navel center. This is our third chakra. This is a place of fire and power and strength, right? Where that passion is burning, right? But also this is our gut. This is our place that we feel that sensation when something's not right. But also when we are living in a place of fear, this is where the chaos and the uncomfortable sensations start to resonate. Take a deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Really allowing yourself to connect to the power and the strength of compassion as you send your energy now up to your heart center. And then right in your heart center, I want you to see that light. I want you to feel the love. And if it helps, allow your thoughts to drop into something that makes you happy. When you're fully immersed into an activity, or when you see something that reminds you of love, when it reminds you of joy, whatever resonates with you, feel it right there in your heart center. And then allow that sensation, allow that vibration now to begin to expand and move its energy outward. So as I shared earlier, it's like that light. So feeling that love-centered energy, that openness and freedom and joy and bliss expanding across your chest. And as that light shines brighter, it starts to float upward and out. Creating this beautiful glow that's centered in your heart, but protects you, nourishes you, and coats you with love and light. And with this feeling, say to yourself quietly in your mind, I trust, I believe, and I know I trust. I believe. I know. I trust. I believe. And I know. And take a deep breath in. Exhale out of your mouth. All right, guys. So that was like really simple and quick little meditation. And just so you guys have an idea, in the guided meditation, all I did was ground and connect you, and then thinking about the energy from the earth, right? The energy from Mother Earth, where that strength really is sitting, allowing that energy to rise, focusing it, coming all the way up to your heart center, and then from your heart, right, expanding and stretching and extending the light all around. So it does give you this sense of trusting and believing and knowing that all is well. Everything will happen when it needs to. Trusting in yourself, believing in the power of who you are, but also believing and trusting in the divinity of others. And when you are in that place, it is so easy for you to share that energy, to share that love and light with others, and then that will easily be reflected back at you. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me here on a Sacred Sunday. And again, my name is Faith Hunter, and I will see you guys soon. Finally, live life to the fullest, embrace your lives with passion, and stay spiritually fly. Namaste.